So I was born in Mexico, and that's where I spent the first year of my life. But after that, we moved to Salt Lake City, Utah. Our family was all about, we're immigrants from a different country. We're coming to America. How do we blend in as much as possible so that, people don't think anything differently, that they just assume that we're Americans. And so for me to be queer, for me to be undocumented, for me to be brown, young, those were all strikes against me, and really not just against me, but against the entire family. I mean, to someone who feels like they don't have anything, like they've been beaten down so much, like I felt when I first came out, or when I had to first talk about being undocumented. I think for someone who feels that way, the biggest help was just realizing there was more people like me, that I wasn't the only person going through these struggles. Being undocumented, of wanting to go to college, of wanting a job, that I wasn't the only person who was queer, who wanted a family, who wanted children, who wanted a husband, who wanted someone, who wanted my kids to be able to say, like, my daddies are married, they're not something kind of like married. There are so many of us out there for each of these identities, and no matter how far you've been beaten or feel like no one else can understand, there really is so many other people just like you, and you're not alone. I'm hopeful that we're still talking about this, and more we're seeing the queer community work with the immigrant community, work with folks of color, works with folks with disabilities, work with young people, work with old people. You can't ever be done working on these issues. You can't ever be done working on racial issues. You can't ever be done working on ending homophobia, even within yourself. That it's a constant battle, that it's hard and it's tedious, but that the only way to kind of move forward is to constantly keep working on it. I think there's still a lot of work to do, but I'm hopeful that there's still people who want to do it.